The second season of The Last of Us is steadily approaching. The first season was very well received. Its viewership was high. It brought new and respected existing fans that the IP was targeted towards. When video game adaptations are successful, it should serve as motivation that there are great writers out there in Hollywood, somewhere in LA, with amazing talent. If given an opportunity, they're capable of bringing change in Hollywood. In a perfect world, movies based on video games should not be hard to make. The only thing the writers have to do is follow the source material that the original founders put in place. That's it. Most video game movies are being written by writers who hate or have never played the game. They have no idea the identity of the main characters, the world that encompasses the story, why many fans love it, the boundaries of the games that have been set. They always believe they can do a better job than its original creators. In some instances, ignorant writers are brought in to make a film adaptation of video games. They pretend they care so much about the lore, they adjust it according to the way they wish the world would look like. They end up damaging the IP and prevent curious fans from wanting to play the games. After destroying an IP, they look for another popular video game to milk into a film. Halo is an example of this. Ever since I watched the first season, I was sure I would be done with the games. The Last of Us is a reminder that Hollywood can still make great shows. It is the will that they lack. The cast of Last of Us worked hard to bring popular video game characters back to life. They turned out to be Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey, playing the role of Joel Miller and Ellie Williams. The characters can only be as good as the writers that write the scripts. That is why Joel and Ellie feel like real people. The show fleshes them out brilliantly, just like the games. The characters always have a reason for the actions they commit, no matter how heinous. Anyone can understand their motives, even though they may not agree. The relationships among the different characters is rock solid, and in general, the first season was amazing. It is yet to be seen if the writers will be able to replicate the success of season 1. The Last of Us season 2 trailer that came out looks promising, with a continuation of what made the first series a bona fide hit. Season 2 takes place 5 years after the first season. Joel Miller has already come clean to Ellie that he had the power to save the human race from zombies but chose otherwise. Ellie is very angry at Joel since the zombies are getting stronger day by day, increasing in population as the human race is collapsing. The love for Ellie is a threat to the human race. Every time he looks into Ellie's eyes, it is a validation that he did the right thing. The question is, how long do humans have before the zombies completely take over? What will Ellie do to herself if she finds out what Joel did? What will the human race do if they found out Ellie is the answer to the extinction of the zombies? How far will Joel go to protect Ellie? Can Joel ever be redeemed? What happens when Ellie finds out the cost of saving the human race? Can Ellie survive a world without Joel? The series will need to answer the questions in brilliant and unique ways. Part 2 of The Last of Us will be harder to please fans since in the game, it received mixed reviews. The writers will have to improvise the story. It will not be a good idea to copy-paste the plot of the game like they did in the first season. The audience for this kind of film will have to be gamers of the franchise, individuals that have heard of the game, passionate LGBTQ activists, individuals that dressed up as zombies for Halloween, HBO subscribers, Fantastic Four casts, Star Wars backers, Gina Carano's critics, The Walking Dead writers as well as its fans, 2.5 Men followers, Mandalorian haters, folks that remember the Lyanna moment from Game of Thrones, false prophets, climate activists, Disney the company that will always have Pedro Pascal's back. They will protect him no matter the cost. Pedro Pascal admirers, and last of them all will have to be James Gunn as he tries to understand ways of creating good DC television shows. Audiences that are prone to hating or not watching the show will have to be Gina Carano's supporters, Jensen Ackles since he wanted to play Joel Miller, Last of Us Part 2 skeptics, Mandalorian haters, Kevin Feige, people that hate everything, Bella Ramsey age critics, and last of them all will have to be persons with no HBO subscriptions. This research is 100% correct with no margin of error. No stone was left unturned. A lot of people worked hard in order to produce these kind of results. There are certain ways in which the series can be faithful to the source material and also not be a carbon copy of the game. First, zombies should continue unaliving characters that the audience care about. I believe the series should go even further. The zombies should be large, unstoppable, invincible, and fast. The rate of infection should also be sped up. In the second part of The Last of Us game, the zombies are not as terrifying compared to the humans, and this may prove to be a challenge in the TV show. Second, Joel Miller needs to be filled with guilt. Although he feels like he made the right decision, he should feel guilty that he had the power to save more Sarah Millers around the world, but chose otherwise. Third, there needs to be someone who saw Joel unalive sick patients and innocent doctors in a hospital. The crime Joel committed in the first entry should follow him everywhere he goes. The consequences of them should be much severe than in the games. Ellie should hate Joel for what he did to the doctors. He should blame him for the zombie crisis. She should do everything in her power to fix Joel's mistakes and sacrifice her own life for the betterment of the human race. CGI of the zombies look unbelievable like in the first film. The location sets especially look very beautiful. There are themes that guide the film throughout its runtime. The main one will have to be the theme of forgiveness. Joel Miller has been unable to forgive himself for the death of his daughter. He is unable to tell Ellie Williams the whole truth because she may not forgive him. His own brother may not forgive him. The theme of power. Humans feel weak due to the rise of zombies. They do not have the numbers or weapons to fight them off. Every day they are alive is a gift from the gods that they should be thankful for. Some humans know that this is not a life worth living and they take it out. There is no hope coming. They are alone. There is also the theme of love. In the games, Ellie Williams falls in love. With all the problems are facing her, she is able to open her heart for someone else. It is yet to be seen if these themes will be executed well in the series. Pedro Pascal is shifting over to Marvel full-time. It is yet to be seen if he will continue with the franchise, or if the role will be recasted to someone else, or if the character will be killed off altogether.